But and then there was a lot. There wasn't too many Catholics down there when I was down there. So I went out with this girl. And she says, "Where you from?" I said, "I'm from Norristown, Pennsylvania." She says, "Well, I'm from Atlanta." I thought, "That's nice, I'm nice wine and nice food, and nice. I want to dance and all."
Right.
So she says, "Well, you're Italian," and I says, "Yeah, I'm Italian." "Well, if you're Italian, you're most likely Catholic." I says, "Yeah, I'm Catholic." She says, "Well, you know what? Why do you Catholics bless yourself?" I said, "Well, come on now. I don't come here to talk about religion. I come over here to hug and kiss and dance." So, so then when I had a priest here one time, I told him, and he told me why we bless ourselves. So, but these are all memories of Atlanta,
Oh, yeah.
Now,
Okay.
tell me now, you're going to move around? You're going to move your family up here?
Yes.
Tell me about what's the operation there?
Well, of course, my wife is in charge. Of
That's
course,
right.
she's
You
in charge.
You got that right.
And so she's actually right now talking to a realtor.
Good.
And they're looking around.
Talking to Trinetta, my cousin.
Okay.
He's my cousin.
Okay. But she's talking to a realtor, and she's looking around.
Yeah.
And I know she'll be up here end of this month, first of next month to do her first on-site look. But definitely the family.
You got to get the kids enrolled in school.
Yeah,
and all,
yeah. We actually started school down there a month ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they started. The boys have been in school for a month.
Kidding.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I don't know, but they've been in for a month.
Don't they Labor Day don't mean anything to them?
Well, they got off a Labor Day holiday.
Oh.
They got our Labor Day holiday, but
I think they started here before Labor. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I forget about that. I got enough things on the oven to do that.
Yeah.
But I don't. There was a restaurant on the corner of Peachtree Street and another one like an angle, and the movie where the show Gone with the Wind was I can't think of the theater. But on the corner was the name of a hamburger heaven. It was like it sold hamburgers, like Burger King.
Yeah.
It was hamburger heaven.
Hamburger heaven. Okay.
And I was a soldier. Some guy come on there in civilian clothes, and next thing you know, he says to me, what you're in the Army, all that your stuff. And he says, he wanted to fight. He wanted to fight. It was like 12 o'clock at night. I got a fist fight. I would fist fight from that corner about a week. So I was backing up, and we went for about a block.
Wow.
The next day, the captain called me in. He says, "I understand you had a fight last night." I says, "Well, yeah." The guy was there. Says, "Well, I'm glad you won." But all right, now tell me, what are some of your goals now?
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm spending the first bit of time just absorbing what's going on. But, I guess the serious goals I have start out is obviously to have a very efficient, effective operation where we are making sure that we have effective business management of the government, so that we're making the best use of the human resources, the dollars, and the material resources.
Right.
Second is to have exceptional customer service in terms of how we serve the public, how we serve each other. Third, and I think it goes back to what you were talking about earlier about being advocates for Norristown. I think part of what our job is, we have to sell the community as well. So that's it. And then the biggest goal is, at my heart, I'm an economic developer. And I think the thing that attracted me to Norristown was the canvas. I mean, we've got so many great attractions.
Right.
We got Riverfront.
Right.
We've got the Elmwood Zoo.
Right.
We've got the Arts District.
You got the Columbus Monument. You haven't seen that yet.
Yes, I've seen it.
All right.
Got the monument. We've got all these wonderful restaurants.
Right.
And I think we've got a canvas to paint on that's exceptional. So a lot of people tell me, you got hard work to do. I say, I got a great work because I got a great canvas to paint on.
Right.
So I think from an economic development standpoint, there's a lot to do. I think one of the things we have to do, though, is focus the city council on what the vision and mission is that they have.
Work together.
Right. And then as a team, not only with them, not only with the staff, but I'm going out in the community because there are a lot of players in the community that have to, I've turned the mirror around and said, it's not what we need to do to improve Norristown first. It's what we need to do to change about all of us to improve Norristown.
Right.
And that means there's a lot of teaming that we have to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, right now we're pretty well much involved in 2 theaters.
Right.
Now, and also there's something else developing. I don't know. I'll talk to you about that later. I don't want to disclose it now, but there's a couple good things going on with somebody's wants to invest big in Norristown.
Right.
And I'll tell you more. But I don't know if you're aware of it or not. But I'll let you know.
Okay.
But it's good for Norristown. But
Yes.
I would like to, after you put 24 years in the police department, you traveled. Well, we had to live in Norristown. We traveled around. And I can see that wasn't that much change. But I'd like to take you for 1 hour, 2 hour tour and say some things that maybe that you will not see when you're sitting in the office.
Right.
But I don't think you're a kind of guy that's going to sit in the office.
No, I haven't spent a lot of time in there except late at night by myself.
Yeah. Well, at nighttime, you see what Norristown looks like at night. It looks like at daytime. I think that's so important. But I was thinking, like, there's some. How can we make more money in Norristown? Is there something we're losing out on that we could make some money? I remember when we had the movie theater, Norris Theater, we used to get 10% amusement tax that would go there. Now, the zoo gets free rent, free tax, free this, everything, and we don't get nothing. It's valuable land out there. Now, we don't get no rental. We don't get nothing. So I think, and I like animals. I like the zoo, but I think we ought to start looking at it and see whether Norristown could benefit a little bit more. And I'd like to see, now that we have a casino over in Valley Forge, where I have pretty good connections, a good guy there, Jake Wagner. He's a nice guy. I had him on my show. But I would like to see Norristown be a place where the zoo people will come, and they come in buses that's there in a car, and they're out. So they stay here, the zoo, tour Norristown, casino, whatever it may be. They got the Columbus Monument, the tours and things like that. Now, a lady just called me and said, I'd like to have a hayride in the farm park. I'll ride you through there sometime. Farm park, that's state property, but the county runs it. That's the only place where the county runs a state area.
Okay.
Although it's covered by state police. When I was a policeman in Norristown, state police would be involved. So she wants to have a hayride. Well, that's great.
Right. Right.
I find out about 10 years ago, my nephew used to have hayrides there.
Oh, really?
He passed away, but I'm going to hook her up. Be nice. People want to go hayride. We got this. We got the P&W. We got the railroad. We got the buses. We got the bike trail. We got the riverfront. We are a gem.
You're absolutely right.
Between Gettysburg and Philadelphia.
Yes.
Okay? So, now, what's the best assets Norristown has?
Well, I think you just ran down them, but the number one asset, I think, are the people in the community. You've got a lot of people that I've been meeting since I've been here in the last 10 days who are really, really focused and passionate about the community. I think
you're going to see them.
Yes.
Right, you're going to see it.
Right, and I think what we have to do is be effective in how we marshal all that passion and talent to do it. You hit the nail on the head. Norristown has to be thought of and marketed as a destination.
Right.
And because of all of those assets, the riverfront, the zoo, all of those things, there are ways to work the partnerships in a way that the city, the borough itself, and the community benefits beyond just people attending the zoo. And it's all about economic development partnering.
Well, I see. I could be, I'm 89 years old, so I can say what I want. Nobody's going to get mad at me, I can't get fired. When I get paid here, I get paid weekly, very weekly, But I said that should be called the Norristown Zoo. It's not Elmwood Park Zoo. It's the Norristown Zoo, Philadelphia Zoo, the Bronx Zoo, Chicago Zoo, everything. So we have something good. Name it after. Let's change our image now, okay?
Right.
You're coming here, and I checked and said, hey, who's on the board? I asked, nobody from Norristown's on the board.
I think that's
What
changed.
are we in the back of the bus? You know, the heck with that bus. This bus has convertible now, okay? What do you think of that?
Well, I think that's changed. I actually met with the CEO of the zoo last week.
Yeah.
And I think there are actually now 2 members
From
from
Norristown?
Norristown.
Who?
I don't know. I don't know him. But I was
Well,
told there were 2 members
Okay.
now on the
No,
on the
you
board.
live in Florida, you get half price to go into the Disney World.
Yeah.
Over here, should be the same. I don't know. It's something to think about.
We've been talking about some creative
Because
ideas.
they get free rent, they get free taxes and everything, so we should get half price.
Yes. I think the members of citizens in the community, I think from all that I've had in the discussions, there's an agreement on that there should be some benefits for citizens of Norristown
Right.
in that zoo.
Right.
So I think that's going to happen.
Something there. But I want to go over this one more time.
Yes.
Your basic responsibility.
Right.
Your basic responsibility.
I'll put it like this. If you think of the council as a board of directors,
Right.
I'm the CEO for that board of directors.
okay.
So as the CEO of the government, my job is to manage the operations of the government, to
Keep it going.
keep it going, make sure we're efficient, generating the proper revenue, being efficient in the use of our resources, stimulating economic development, stimulating tourism, all of those things that governments do. My job is to make sure we do it well.
Yeah, okay. Now let's, as a new man, you're gonna make people think, you see something different. You come in Norristown, you got a street sign, one about this big, one over there. You got the main street, got a little sign like here. You know, we're coming here, let's put signs there. I think there's federal money to pay for signs. There's federal money to fix up the park and different things, you know. So that's what you're going to be doing.
Yes.
You're going to see get all these handouts. Everybody else is getting them. You know, another thing, I just read in the paper, Upper Merion going to get sprayed for mosquitoes. Conshohocken going to get sprayed for White Marsh is going to get sprayed. What's the matter in Norristown? Wow, we got mosquitoes here too.
Yeah.
And I get bit, you know. I'm telling you, I get bit. Boom, bang, boom, and that's, you know, I get the stuff you put in the dryer. You know, they say you put that on there.
Okay.
And then they told me you put some ammonia, not ammonia, some kind of stuff you put around the garbage things that keeps the squirrels and things away.
Right.
But I'd like to see that. Now, when you and I take a tour, I'm going to show you some of the entrances here, some of the entrance to Norristown that should have something, you know.
Should be gateways.
Right,
Should
right,
be
right.
really nice
It
gateways.
used to be the gateway to Valley Forge.
Absolutely.
But it's not doing it, you know.
Absolutely.
But are you getting along good with council?
Yes.
You got everything work? You
Yes.
know, years ago there used to be 12 councilmen here. When I was a policeman, they were up at the city hall was there in DeKalb.
Right.
Hey, fight upstairs. Went upstairs and the 2 councilmen were fist fighting. We had to break it up, you know.
Yeah.
And so we really, I got a couple notes here from John. Now the theater, what can we do? What can you do to help the theater? Are you familiar with any of that when you were down in the other job?
Well, we didn't have a theater district down in East Point where I work. We didn't have a theater district, but that was one of the things that attracted me to Norristown, that we do have a theater district here.
Right.
And again, I think the theater district, in partnership with all of those other attractions, is part of a whole strategy for tourism and economic development. So yes, part of what my outreach is, and part of what I think my role is to spend time with the folks that operate the theater district, that oversee the theater district, and find ways for us to partner for resources, money, find the ways to creatively cross-promote the community, cross-promote the theater, cross-promote the riverfront. All of that should be a part of that overall, this is what Norristown is all about.